Have you ever felt so desperate, so completely lost, that words failed you? That moment when your heart is breaking, your world is falling apart, and all you can do is whisper into the silence, hoping someone is listening. There's a prayer that changed everything. Not just for one person, but for countless souls throughout history. A prayer so simple, yet so profound, that it has the power to transform darkness into light, despair into hope, and brokenness into wholeness. Tonight, we're going to explore the prayer that altered the course of human lives, the words that have been whispered in prison cells, hospital rooms, and broken homes. What you're about to discover might challenge everything you thought you knew about prayer. It might even change your life forever. Every transformative prayer begins with a moment of absolute desperation. It's that crossroads where human strength ends and something greater must begin. History is filled with stories of people who reached their breaking point, the moment when pretense falls away and raw honesty emerges. Think about the tax collector in the ancient story who couldn't even lift his eyes, who simply beat his chest and said, "God, have mercy on me, a sinner." No elaborate theology, just brutal honesty. This is where transformation begins. The prayer that changes everything doesn't start with our strength. It starts with the admission of our weakness. "Help me, God." 3 words. That's all it takes. Throughout centuries, in every language, these 3 words have been the catalyst for miracles. In maximum security prisons, where hardened criminals have hit rock bottom. In hospital emergency rooms, where doctors have done all they can. In broken marriages, in financial ruins, in the depths of addiction and despair. 3 words that carried the weight of surrender and the hope of redemption. But here's what makes this prayer so powerful. It's not about the words themselves. It's about what happens in your heart when you finally stop trying to fix everything on your own. When you release control, when you admit you need something beyond yourself. This prayer is the death of self-sufficiency and the birth of authentic faith. Scientists can't explain it. Skeptics can't dismiss it. And those who've experienced it can never forget it. What happens when someone prays this prayer with genuine desperation? The testimonies are staggering. Addicts who've tried every rehab program suddenly find freedom. People on the edge of suicide discover a reason to live. Broken relationships experience supernatural healing. Financial miracles occur against all odds. But it's not just about circumstances changing. It's about something deeper. People report an inexplicable peace in the midst of their storm, a strength they didn't possess moments before. This is the documented experience of millions across every culture and background. Here's a truth that religion often misses. God isn't impressed by eloquent prayers. Sometimes our attempt to pray correctly becomes the very barrier that blocks our breakthrough. Children understand this instinctively. They don't worry about proper prayer structure, they just talk. They ask. They trust. The prayer that changed everything isn't found in ancient liturgies or complicated spiritual practices. It's found in the honest cry of a human heart that has nowhere else to turn. When we strip away all the religious complexity and simply come as we are, broken and desperate, that's when the door to transformation swings wide open. Neuroscientists have discovered something fascinating about surrender. When we release control and enter a state of authentic vulnerability, our brain actually shifts into a different mode. Areas associated with connection, intuition, and receptivity activate. Surrender creates the neurological conditions for transformation. Prayer combined with surrender creates a powerful state where human limitation meets divine possibility. Let me share real stories. There's the businessman who lost everything in the 2008 financial crisis. Sitting in his empty office, he prayed 3 words. "Help me, God." Within weeks, an unexpected opportunity emerged that led to a business more successful than his first. There's the mother whose teenage son was deep in drug addiction. After years of trying everything, she finally surrendered with this simple prayer. Her son is now 5 years sober. There's the man diagnosed with terminal cancer who prayed this prayer and experienced unexplainable healing that shocked his doctors. The pattern is clear. Genuine desperation plus simple surrender equals supernatural intervention. So why doesn't everyone pray this prayer? The answer is uncomfortable but necessary. Pride. We want to believe we can handle it. But here's the paradox. This weakness is actually the gateway to supernatural strength. The moment you admit you can't do it alone is the moment you gain access to resources beyond yourself. The people who experience the most dramatic transformations aren't the ones who had it all together. They're the ones who finally admitted they didn't. If you're ready to pray this prayer, here's what you need to know. It's not about the location or the time or the posture. What matters is the posture of your heart. Stop trying to fix it yourself. Release the outcome. Be brutally honest about your need. Then simply say, God, I need help. I can't do this alone. I'm surrendering this to you. Help me. Say it genuinely. And then watch what happens. The transformation might not happen instantly, but it will happen after you pray this prayer. Expect changes. Not always the changes you expect, but the changes you need. You might experience unexpected peace. You might gain sudden clarity. You might encounter people or opportunities that seem divinely orchestrated. God's answers don't always look like we expect. Sometimes the help comes as courage to face what you've been avoiding. Sometimes as wisdom to make better decisions. Sometimes as supernatural intervention. Trust the process. Maybe you're facing something right now that seems insurmountable. Maybe you've tried everything and nothing has worked. Maybe you're at the end of your rope, wondering if there's any hope left. This is your moment. The prayer is simple. Help me, God. 3 words that can change your entire life. Will you pray it? Will you release control and open yourself to supernatural intervention? If you pray it genuinely, with authentic desperation and real surrender, you will experience change, because heaven responds to genuine cries for help. If this message touched your heart, drop a comment below telling me what you're surrendering today. Subscribe to this channel and share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Together, we're creating a community of people who've discovered that true strength comes through surrender. Thank you for watching, and remember, help is just a prayer away.